No, today's day 11. Oh, jeez. 11 of 100. So I'm in my office today. It's late. It's like 3 o'clock. I haven't been up here all day. I'm about to start writing for the day or for the afternoon. And that's it for today. So I'll come back with my word count for the week because I am so behind. But I said I'm going to do it. So it's got to be an average of 1,800 words a day. I'm behind, but I'm going to get it done. So I'm about to get to work, and I have to do that. And for crafting, I want to print a couple of examples of paper piecing on my freezer paper, because I want to start working on a few of those blocks just in between on my breaks, since I didn't bring my knitting up here. So that may be something that I can squeeze in here and there, but for the most part, writing is it. So I'm gonna get to work. So it is another day. I'm in my office. Yesterday, after recording, I actually had a really big breakthrough in my story. So I'm excited about that. I even got to working on the beginning of the prequel, and that was exciting. But I hit a rough patch yesterday, so I didn't get much writing done at all. Today, I'm back in my office. I am working on updating client files and updating client notes this morning. I've already gone for my run. I'm being very productive this morning. So I'm about to listen to some music. I watch a vlog, and the sun is not fully out, so I have to put this lamp on. That's why we got a little bit of extra glare. I watch this vlogger, and she has been going through like the top 100 albums of all time. I don't know who she got the list from, and I thought, oh, that'd be pretty dope to do. So not of all time, I'm not there yet, but I do think it'd be pretty cool to do the top R&B albums of all time. So the agenda for today is writing. Wednesdays are a huge writing day for me, and then this afternoon through early evening or late evening is all client work. The other thing that I have, because I'm not planning to do an unboxing, at least I don't think so, is this new box. It's called Let's Make Art, and I'm gonna go ahead and open it now since I'm not planning to do. I don't know how loud to be, y'all, and I know I'm looking in the wrong spot. I'm so sorry. I'm getting better. You know what I'm gonna do? Here we go. I gotta practice. Okay, so the Let's Make Art, on my other channel, I was talking about how I want to get better at watercolor, and somebody left a comment telling me about Let's Make Art, which is a subscription box for watercolor. And so I got it in the mail, and I'm going to show you what I got. I purchased the regular box, and then I bought an additional kit because of the picture. So it comes with this card, and this is for August. The really cool thing about them is you can find them here on YouTube. They do a weekly project, a weekly live painting and there's a tutorial, and then there's some items in the box. So it says, welcome to August. There's the Sunset Power Lines. Week 1. Week 2 is a Dragonfly. Week 3 is Daisy Delight. Week 4 is a Seahorse. It says, we do a new project every week. Each project comes with step-by-step instructions, as well as 2 sheets of paper, a reference photo, and an outline sheet if applicable. There's graphite paper, and it goes on. For each video, we release 2 tutorials. One is pre-recorded, and the other one is a live broadcast. To view the live tutorial, simply tune in on our YouTube channel or Facebook page every Tuesday. So here's the inside. I purchased as an extra the palette. Oh, a butcher's tray is what she uses as a palette. Currently for my palette, I use either the palette that comes with my watercolor set, or I have a tile that I use. But for this tutorial, they usually use more than one paint color, and I don't use more than one paint color, maybe more than a couple on the tile because it's smaller. So this is what I'll use. It also comes with the paints that are needed. And these are the paints that I need for the extra kit. I guess I'll open it. The bad part about turning my viewfinder so I won't stare at it is I don't know if this camera times out. Okay, here's the paints for August. And these are the paints again for the extra kit that I purchased. There is a Let's Make Art Matter. This is a postcard that they give to everyone makes a piece of art and mails it to the person that's selected every month. And this is for Sarah. Okay, Sarah's husband, Ryan, he was a sheriff's deputy who was killed in the line of duty on March 19th, 2019. His death has rocked the entire community in Washington state. Everyone talks about people after their death very positively, but to know Ryan even a little while meant he was special to you. He was extremely kind and loved serving the community. An inmate, after finding out about his death, was quoted saying, "He was the nicest person who ever arrested me." Approximately 3,000 people attended his public service. He was a great father and husband who was terribly missed. Let's send his family some love. Also, this month we are making art matter for Sarah and her family. So the piece and the art that will be made on this postcard will go to Sarah. That's so sweet. Okay, so the extra that I got was this lion, and I want to paint this and actually put it on my wall. Then I have week 1, which is the Powerline Sunset Power Lines, which was last night. I watched the live, but I did not do the painting because we were out working out. I want to actually attend the live, so I got to rearrange my schedule. Here is the Daisy Delight, which is week 3. The Dragonfly, which is week 2. And the Seahorse, which is week 4. And what I'll do is just open one. I'm going to open one. I'm going to open up this Dragonfly so you can see, since there's actually a sketch. Some of them, like the flowers, there's no sketch inside. And then I'm going to get to work. I wasn't planning to do this, but this is fun. This is a nice break. It's been a busy morning. I woke up at 4, did my quiet time, went out for my run at 6:30. Oh, Okay, so here's the reference picture. Oh, there. And then there are two, here's the sketch. There are 2 sheets of watercolor paper. And there is a step out sheet. And then this is the reminder about all of the details for the kit. So this is gonna be so exciting. I will keep you all posted when I actually do one. Since I'm vlogging, you will be coming with. So you thought you were gonna get out of this. You're a part of this. We will do this together. So I'm gonna put this all away and get back to work. Yeah, 100-day challenge is just like not going as well as I would have liked, but because of yesterday's breakthrough, I am back at being extremely positive about the outcome. So yeah, I'm gonna get to work and I will be back to check in soon. Yeah. Good morning. I am back in my office. I'm trying to vlog. You guys are going to get a lot of music footage, but this morning I woke up and just wasn't feeling it. Just maybe it's just a long day yesterday or something. So when I'm like that, what I try to do is do something either creative or do something that doesn't require a lot of mental energy, but it does help me to get things on my task list done. So one of the things that I told you guys about earlier in the week is that I have a couple of patterns that I'm working on, and I wanted to transfer the template onto freezer paper. So that's what I did this morning. So what I'm doing is this pattern, let me see if I can bring it up so you can see it a little bit. This is a pattern that I purchased on Etsy a while ago. This is the pattern when you purchase it on Etsy. But what's very interesting is that the individual blocks on here, she doesn't include a template. So what I did this morning was I created my own template using my computer. And then once I printed it, and this is what it looks like completed. So you've seen that block before. Thursdays are really busy for me because I have a romance newsletter that goes out. So today I work on posting the news, sending the newsletter to readers. I also do handle a big chunk of the social media, creating the, scheduling it, and for the entire week for all the social media for that romance platform. So here are my templates now, my paper templates. And I'm gonna do that today. Hey, so I've done a very poor job of vlogging the past few days because it's been a little bit nuts, but I'm kind of getting back in there. And what I did today was I went to my local quilting shop, which I told you all about, that this Saturday or today they had the classes, or some of their classes, half off, and I knew I wanted to sign up for at least one. And what I usually do, hopefully the light is not too crazy, What I try to do when things are a little bit nuts is try to sign up for at least one, so that I know that over that quarter I still have time to get ready and to prepare, and many of them have homework. So I signed up for 2 classes. I'm looking for my phone. And so what I'm going to do is actually show you what I'm doing now. Okay, here's one class. And you may not be able to see that very well. And I don't want to just put it like flat in the vlog just because it's not my picture. And here's the other. Sorry, there, because it's trying to focus on me. It's still not doing it. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of see. So one of them is this month and another one has quite a bit of prep. So what I did is I came back home, and after working on some client stuff, I started pulling out fabric. One of the reasons why I like doing classes is that it gives you an opportunity to use up your stash if you let it. So I went through the patterns and really had to think about how to color coordinate some of the stuff that I have, whether it was gifted or I purchased it for other projects and I had it left over. And what I'm doing, I'm going to show you, and I think I've showed this before, but I can't remember. But for one of the projects, which is this month, which was the red one, I'm going to use some batiks that someone gave me. And I'm not a huge batiks fan, but I think if I do it this way, I think it'll be really pretty. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is she gave me a lot of fabric, or quite a bit of fabric. I color kind of coordinated them, the ones that I want to use, and I'm cutting my own pre-cut strips because this was meant to be done with a jelly roll, but I want to use what I have. And then to finish off the fabric so that I'm not putting it back in a bag, since I did organize my studio at least a little bit, I made some fat quarters and I made some 2.5-inch strips so that I could use, whether it's for the border or for some other stuff. So let me show you. So here we go. This was a big piece of fabric that I pulled out, and the pattern calls for 2.5-inch strips, and some of the 2.5-inch strips cut into various sizes. So I did that here, and then with the rest of the fabric, I did some fat quarters. I think I did 4 fat quarters. And then after I finished with the fat quarters, I cut it down more so that I would have extra. The other fabrics that I'm going to put in that particular quilt will be some other purples. There's this. Now, this is not actually a batik, but it's such a small piece that I want to go ahead and throw it in. Then I found these, which will give some pops of color other than the purple, and I think it'll coordinate really well. And then I have this beautiful blue. But look when you put it near a purple. You see that? See that you can see those hints of purple in that fabric. So here's another purple, which is like a pinkish purple, like a lavender. I have this one, which is a big chunk. So some of this I think is going to be part of the quilt, and I'm going to use the rest for the backing. And here's the last bit of purple, which is like a purple and pink. Let me go closer to the light so you can see this. And yeah, so these are all of the colors. I actually had a really interesting like goldish yellow that I was going to put in there, but once I found these smaller cuts, which are really small, but they'll be good enough to just add some diversity to this purple, and I think it's going to work out pretty well. I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to cut a little bit more. I know how many pieces that I need to do, and we have to do it in strip sets. So I'll show you the strip sets once they're done. But right now, I'm just going to cut the fabric down. What it's done is it allowed me to take that huge bag of fabric and work it down to a small workable set. And then the second class that I signed up for, which is not until October, looking at the wrong place, I'm sorry, it's not until October, actually has quite a bit of prep as well. But what I'm doing with that one is I'm doing all of the pretty much African fabrics or animal prints, and I'm excited about that one. But that one has a lot of cutting. So for that one, what I'm going to do is take all the fabric and work them down into fat quarters so that it'll be all in one container. It'll be all together, and as I slowly prep over the next month or so, that I can just go to it, work on it, and then get back to work and pick it back up later. So it is Sunday. It's after church, and I thought I'd come on to do a little bit of footage before the day really gets going. So on Sundays are very low key for me. At least I try to do that. So, and I won't have to say this every time, but I guess since it's the first like full week that I've done this. Today, my plans are very loose, but I showed you all the Let's Make Art box. So today, I'm hoping to do the first piece. I'm about to set up everything here. I'm going to put the tutorial up on my TV. And then because it involves water, I'm not quite sure. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is just set up my extra table where I'm sitting right now so that I can actually face the TV, and I can do the first piece. I want to work on the first piece of this. I also have my weekly art lesson, or I try to do one of those a week, and Sundays are usually the best day because I can take my time, pause the video, draw or work on whatever is being presented, and then I can work on the piece, and hopefully I can get it done in one day. And then the last portion I have, last night I did come on and show you the strips that I was doing for the set, so let me grab those. So here are all the fat quarters I made, and for some reason this particular one was a little bit smaller, so these are the fat quarters. And in here I have all the strips that I made. I have my I had another color that I added in afterwards, which was this pink. Oh, it's trying to focus on me. There we go. And it's kind of hard to see on camera right here, but it's this pink color, and I'm thinking it'll just add a little pop. So I have the pinks, the blues, but the pinks, the blues, but the primary color is purple. And so I'm looking forward to doing these strips. But I'm not going to do any of that today, I don't think. I believe what I'm going to do, if I have more time this afternoon, because I'm not certain that I will go ahead and do the same prep for the other quilt top. And that top, I'm going to put these all in here while we're talking. That top will be done with the African fabrics, and a lot of those I've already done them down into workable back quarters, but I have maybe 4 or 5 different bundles of yardage that I need to cut down, and I'm going to turn those into fat quarters as well, and it's really making everything else manageable. So that's what I think I want to do. My book. I'm working. It has been super slow. I worked this week on the outline. I've gotten a lot of that done, but trying to get the deadline for the book that I'm finishing, because it's due this coming week, has made it extremely hard. And so I just know that I'm going to have a lot of makeup time to go and help myself, help the future me. I am doing a retreat with a few of my writing friends next month. So what I plan to do is just keep pace starting Monday. Well, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna try my best to do some Monday through this week, but this book is due on Wednesday. No, Thursday. It's due Thursday. So now, between now, which is Sunday, and Thursday, I know I'll probably get very little writing done. So instead, what I am going to do is I want to work on the outlines for the actual book, because I've done the prequel and the I even have the, okay, so this week, let me back up. So I did a lot of progress. I got the cover done. I have the description and blurb done. I have the outline done, all for the prequel. And I've been going around and around if I want to do the cover for the actual trilogy or saga, depending on what happens. If I want to do those covers myself or outsource those covers, but I have time, so I'm gonna let myself marinate on that. So I did a lot of progress. A lot of my time really went to researching it and putting together the world and building the world. And I think finishing the prequel will give me that last little bit of information that I need. So this week, while I'm writing on the book that is due, I will continue to work on the outlines for the other books. It would be amazing if I had the general outlines done for all three by the time I finish this book. I'm not sure, because finishing a book, you never know how many brain cells you will have that actually function at the end of the day. And that's kind of why crafting is very helpful. So right now, when it comes to actual words on the trilogy, 0. I hate saying it. I'm not giving up though. It's been 9 days. It's been, is it 9 days? I think we're on day 9 or day 10. No, today's day 11. Oh, jeez. 11 of 100. And I have no words. So this makes me think, though, you know, the thought that sometimes when it's the writing process that I don't always factor in. I do, but I sometimes can underestimate how much time I need to think. I'm not a writer who just sits and just writes. I find that when I do that, revising and editing is ridiculous. And I don't understand how people do it, but I know there's people that do it, and that's their judge, and I get it. But for me, outlining and having everything in place makes it so that when I start writing, I can have highly productive, high word count days where I'm not throwing away thousands and thousands of words. And that's because I do work on the outline ahead of time. And in this particular situation, I know I will find myself having to kind of just stockpile things that I need to look up and things that I need to consider for the future books to lay the appropriate groundwork, which is why I'm really glad that I'm doing it, like writing them all straight through. I think it's going to help with revisions significantly. So we'll see. As for today, I'm not a writer. As for today, I am an artist, I'm a crafter, and I'll let Monday do what it do. So this is the end of my very first week of vlogging all week. I hope that you all have enjoyed it. I have more in store. I'm in the process of cutting for another class, and so I'll be able to share that with you all next week. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, don't forget to place them in the comment section below. And I guess I'll end this way too. What the biggest challenges this week have been starting this 100-day challenge and really feeling like I didn't make any ground, but having to accept where I am and to keep going. A high for this week was starting to listen to those top 40 or top 100 hip hop and R&B CDs. I had surprise of all of my listens. I think that was my very first time listening to the entire Thriller album, which I have a whole story about that, which I'm surprised I didn't tell you all about, but maybe I'll tell you about it next week. So listening to the Thriller album, listening again to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, listening to Ray Charles, and that was a highlight for the week. So that was a high. Something that I would like to change for this next coming week, because tomorrow is Monday, is getting on the challenge and not being behind because the deadline is the same. And I'm sure you had that before. It doesn't change the deadline just because you're behind. And I am one of those people that I understand that that's how it is sometimes. So that would be the challenge for me, is finding a way to kind of get myself back on course. And also, a plus was that I did plan a retreat for next month, and that is going to give me hopefully some more words there, but I don't want to bank on that. So I want to get to that. And then let's see, that was the high, the surprise, a challenge. And then I think ultimately with my crafts, I'm so excited that I went to my quilt shop and I signed up for 2 classes. So I do have general projects that are going on, but going to a class and means that I have to have stuff done by the time I get to class, and I'm using all fabrics from my stash. So I'm killing like multiple birds with one stone, and yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm super excited about that. So that is a huge benefit. And then I will have to say, probably the thing that was just kind of the rug pulled off and under me this week was I didn't vlog it because I just did not handle it well. This Saturday, which was yesterday, was my first week back at, this glare is killing me. Okay. It was my second weigh-in again at Weight Watchers, and it went bad. It went so bad. Let me say that correctly. I did not lose, I gained. And this was after working out every day, staying within my points every day. And so that was like a real big sucker punch, and I was not happy. I was not happy. But tomorrow is a new day. Today was a new day. Tomorrow is a new day. And I'm going to just keep going, just like everything else. You keep going. So those are the things. Let me know, what was your high for this week? And what is something that you would like to do better this coming week? And I will hopefully see you all sooner than later. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thumbs up the video. And turn on the little bell thingy. Okay? So I'll see you all hopefully sooner than later. Take care and goodbye.